My friend and me yesterday went to the park.
Oh, your friend and you went to the park yesterday?
Yeah.
Does this sound familiar to you? Are you tired of making common mistakes in English that make you sound like a non-native speaker? Do you struggle to find the right sentence structures when expressing your ideas? Well, fear not, because today I'll be teaching you 9 common mistakes that learners of English often make by using non-native sentence structures. By the end of this video, you'll be able to communicate more effectively and confidently in English. So, grab a pen and paper, and let's get started. I yesterday went to the store. Let's take a closer look at the mistake of using non-native sentence structures in English. This can happen when learners try to translate directly from their native language, resulting in awkward or unclear phrasing. For example, instead of saying, "Yesterday, I went to the store," some learners might say, "I yesterday went to the store." The mistake here is that native English speakers don't typically use adverbs of time immediately after the subject. Instead, those adverbs are often placed at the beginning or end of the sentence to modify the verb or the entire sentence. So, the correct phrasing in this case would be to use the English sentence structure and say, "Yesterday, I went to the store," or "I went to the store yesterday."
Yesterday we had 2 ground delay programs.
Tomorrow we will expect your coming. Tonight we take our leave. Tomorrow we will expect your coming. Tonight we take our leave.
She is teacher. Another common mistake that many learners make is forgetting to use articles like a, or, and before a noun. In English, we use these articles to indicate whether a noun is countable or uncountable, and to specify a particular object or person. For example, when referring to someone's profession, it's important to use the article a, or, and, to indicate that they are one of many people who work in that profession. For instance, instead of saying, "She is teacher," which is missing the article, the correct phrasing is to use the article and say, "She is a teacher." In this sentence, A indicates that she is one of many teachers in the world, and specifies that she has a particular profession.
He is a politician, Herr Goldschmidt. He is a politician, Herr Goldschmidt.
She's a lawyer. She's a lawyer.
He must to go to work. Next, using must to instead of must to express obligation is a common mistake among English learners. For example, some might say, "He must to go to work," instead of, "He must go to work." The correct phrasing in this case is to use must without to. Must is a modal verb that expresses a strong obligation or necessity. So, the correct phrasing is, "He must go to work."
I must say I'm sorry to be losing your business. I must say I'm sorry to be losing your business.
You must go back to governing again. You must go back to governing again.
My friend and me went to the park. The mistake here is using me instead of I when referring to oneself in a sentence with another person. Many learners might say, "My friend and me went to the park," instead of the correct phrasing, which is, "My friend and I went to the park." It's important to remember that I is used when referring to the subject of the sentence, while me is used when referring to the object. In this case, I is the correct subject pronoun to use.
My friend and I are very grateful, more than we can say. My friend and I are very grateful, more than we can say.
She and I are over. That is history, the past. She and I are over. That is history, the past.
I have much homework. The next common mistake is using the word much to express quantity, which is not the natural way to do so in English. Instead, native speakers use the phrase a lot of to convey the same meaning. For instance, instead of saying, I have much homework, the correct way to express it is to say, I have a lot of homework.
I had a lot of homework. I had a lot of homework. I have a lot of homework to do. I have a lot of homework to do.
I can't eat spicy food because I am weak at it. Another common mistake is using the word weak when talking about not being able to eat spicy food. For example, instead of saying, I can't eat spicy food because I can't handle it well, some people might say, I can't eat spicy food because I am weak at it. However, the correct way to express difficulty in eating spicy food is to use can't handle instead of weak. So the correct sentence is, I can't eat spicy food because I can't handle it well. This mistake is often due to direct translation from the speaker's native language to English.
I can't handle spicy for the life of me. I can't handle spicy for the life of me.
It's really spicy, but if you can handle the heat, you'll love it. It's really spicy, but if you can handle the heat, you'll love it.
I want to eat the hamburger which I ate yesterday again. Additionally, some learners of English often make the mistake of using the word ate instead of had when referring to a past experience. For instance, instead of saying, I want to eat the hamburger I had yesterday again, some learners might say, I want to eat the hamburger which I ate yesterday again. To express a past experience correctly, the appropriate word to use is had rather than ate. Thus, the correct phrasing for the example sentence is, I want to eat the hamburger I had yesterday again.
Have you had your snack yet? Have you had your snack yet?
We just had cake at Grandma. We just had cake at Grandma.
I have a question to ask. Finally, another common mistake made by learners of English is using to ask unnecessarily when expressing that they have a question. Instead of simply saying, I have a question, some learners might say, I have a question to ask. In English, to ask is often implied when someone says they have a question, and it's not necessary to include it explicitly in the sentence. Therefore, it's more natural and more commonly used to say, I have a question, without adding to ask at the end of the sentence.
My good man, I have a question for you. My good man, I have a question for you.
Any questions?
I have a question.
Any questions?
I have a question.
I have eaten dinner already. In English, adverbs are words that modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. One type of adverb is an adverb of time, which expresses when an action takes place. Already is an adverb of time because it indicates that an action has happened before the present moment. When using already in a sentence, it usually follows the verb it modifies. For example, I have already finished my homework. He has already seen that movie, or they have already eaten dinner. In each of these sentences, already comes after the verb to indicate that the action happened before the present moment. In contrast, placing already before the verb, as in the sentence, I have eaten dinner already, is not incorrect, but it sounds less natural and is not commonly used by native English speakers. Therefore, it's more common and more natural to use already after the verb in a sentence as an adverb of time.
I assume that you've already met my daughter Hope. I assume that you've already met my daughter Hope.
I guess I've already told you about my condition. I guess I've already told you about my condition.
Congratulations! You've just learned 9 common mistakes that non-native speakers of English often make when using sentence structures. By correcting these mistakes, you're on your way to speaking English more confidently and fluently. But don't stop here. Keep practicing, and remember to pay attention to your sentence structures. With time and effort, you'll become an expert in English communication. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends who might also benefit from this information. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos on improving your English skills. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.